ask me why. Don't ask me why. I told you once before that I don't know. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why.
So joining us for the latest Ade Asks interview, I'm delighted to say that joining us this evening is goalkeeper extraordinaire, Slough number 1, Jack Turner. Good evening, Jack. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I guess this time of year, judging by your social media, means you're spending a fair bit of time with your kids, which has got to be a good thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm really enjoying my time with them at the moment. I'm not working, so being self-employed, so making up through the whole season, missing them nights and days with the kids through work and football. It's nice to get being around them all the time now.
And I guess you normally, well, this is the end of the season, but you spent a good couple of months with them that you normally wouldn't have had, so it's a bonus, isn't it?
Yes, it's so good. I do. That is the one I find hard with commitment with football is not seeing the kids. Really only getting 1 day a week with them, really, on a Sunday. So now, not working, I'm with them 24/7.
And judging by your social media, it looks like your young son, Alfie, might have picked up your kicking skills by the looks of it, eh?
Yeah, he has. To be fair, I've not never taught him. He didn't even put a football. I wasn't the one who bought him a football in the first place. I can't remember who he was, and he just picked it up. He constantly watches videos of Slough, our games. He doesn't want Paw Patrol or anything like that. He literally just watches our highlights, which is a pain in the ass for me because I do get bored of him. So I do hear your voice quite a lot on YouTube, on my TV.
Sorry, mate. Sorry about that. Would you talk him out of being a goalkeeper?
Yes. 100% he's not been a goalkeeper. Even though it was lovely, Trent bought him some gloves for his birthday, old Trenty. He loves being in goal, to be fair, but I will be steering him away from that particular position.
That's a real shame because the first question of the night comes from Gary, who helps out at the football club. He's a coach manager of a youth team, and he said, "Have you got any advice for young goalkeepers?"
Yeah, be prepared to be tested mentally more than anything else. As you go older, it's more mental, dealing with fans, dealing with the pressure, dealing with being letting your team down, making a mistake. Be prepared mentally that you got to be mentally strong enough to get over that and push on. I wouldn't want that on my son, that pressure. I want him to go and enjoy it.
I think that seems to be the majority of the questions that we've had so far. I know you've seen some of them on Twitter, but they do seem to be a little bit about more the mental side of the game rather than the physical side. Big attribute, isn't it, at this level as well?
Oh yeah, I would say I'm mentally strong. I'd say it's one of my main attributes. I am mentally strong. I don't let crowd get on my head. Never ever. Once I make a mistake, it's sort of gone. I've got high standards as well, so some people might not see it as a mistake, or some people might think I've had a good game, but I'll be going back going, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. I had set myself high standards, so mentally I know where I need to be every game, where a lot of people might think I've had a good game, but I know where I need to be mentally ready for the game.
We'll come on to that in a little bit more detail. I want to talk about your time at Staines. 4 good years?
Was it 4 or was it 5? Was it 5?
5 good years.
I can't remember. Yeah, good. It was a good time. It was. I'm sad to see where they're at now at the moment. Really sad. But I grew up a lot there, and it's sort of made me the goalkeeper I am today. But when I moved on, it was definitely the time for me to move on.
But the predicament that they're in at the moment, I guess it's got to be really sad. You know, if you've spent some good times at a club and you see where they are and what's going on, not just on the pitch but behind the scenes as well, it's not nice. You've got ties with the club, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got long ties. My dad and his friend set up Stainstown Juniors all the way back in the day. So I played there when I was about 7 as a kid, and then left and didn't return back to them until I was 19. It's a sad. It is a real sad. It's any football club like that, who a well-established Conference South club, and then run Prem side, and to see all of them dramatically change overnight, it's really sad. I know obviously Trent feels the same, but the person who's in charge just run it to the ground. He's a little bit clueless. It's like he's playing Football Manager.
Not as easy as it seems with a real life club, is it? At Staines, you did get a reputation as a penalty saver. Was it 8 in 12 in one season? Was it you saved?
Yeah, that's thanks to my centre half giving them away all the time.
Is it a bit harder up in the National League South? Is it with the
I haven't
penalties?
faced as many. On my first season, I faced one, and that was against Bishop Stortford, I think. Smarty gave it away. Or who was it? No, we lost 1-0. Kings Lynn, I think it was. Handball. It was Smarty handball. Well, I think I've only faced, that was the one I faced all season. On that first season I was here. I've saved 3, I think, since I've been here. Must have faced at least 10. Now, we gave a few away last season. But the first season I was here, come with that reputation, I was like, I have not even had a chance to save one yet.
We will get onto penalties in a second, but goalkeepers are said to be crazy. Are you guys just frustrated strikers? Because I know Ben likes to put the gloves on. So goalkeepers frustrated strikers, strikers frustrated goalkeepers. Is that how it seems to be?
I could definitely play up front. It's easy. No pressure at all, is it? Score a goal, don't score a goal, no one really cares. Goalkeeper, make a mistake, that's it. Everyone cries, including me.
So if you get a hand injury, Ben's going in goal, you're going up front. Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, I reckon. I could do what he does. Wind up the crowd. Dive. I'll dive anyway.
Goal celebration lined up?
I just stand there. I'm a goalkeeper, I don't run.
So obviously penalties came up a lot in the questions. One in particular, obviously, the last game of the season at Weymouth. Yeah. Were you confident to take it when it was your turn?
Yeah, I want another one.
Didn't phase you that you missed it? No, don't care that you missed it at all?
No, I'll be back in their area again asking to take it. I know they'll probably say no, but I'll be back in their area. Or the next penalty shootout, I'll be one of the first to put my hands up. I'll be in that top 5, I know that. It's just all them things, it happens. And I can't believe that to be fair, I can't believe the stick it and the drama it caused. It's ridiculous, to be fair. And a lot of fans, or sort of some fan, or one fan in particular, it's just let the occasion don't take it too seriously. Karen missed. There was other players on the pitch who did want the penalties, but we've missed a few, and I was constantly in the manager's ear. But no one else, I don't think anyone else was. I'm not saying no one else wanted to take one. I was just more confident, or being a little pest, I should say, more than anyone else.
And have you missed one before? And I don't think you missed one for Slough before, have you?
I was 15. Under 18 County Cup quarter final. It was a 6th penalty, and we didn't put anything else down for the 6th. And I turned around to the halfway line, and no one else put their hand up or wanted to walk forward, so I thought I'll take it at 15 in under 18 quarter final. I missed.
What did you say to the Weymouth goalkeeper? I know you guys were like a goalkeepers union at the end. Was he surprised that you came up and took it, and glad that you missed? Or
yeah, to be fair, he was nice. He said he thought I was going to score. The way I struck a ball, he said I thought he was going to score. I thought I was going to score, but it's just one of them things. I mean, life goes on. If a striker misses the penalty, or outfielder, nothing's said. So I don't understand what my position has really got to do with it. Was a took one for the team, so.
Well, this is it, and there's been goalkeepers that have scored lots of penalties before and stuff. And
what about the goalkeeper? The old Lemonson one. He scores and takes them and misses. So what's the?
Yeah, Tony Breeden, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he broke the floodlight, didn't he, at the crowd?
Yeah.
What's the?
Is that what it was? You saw him take one and you got a bit jealous. Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah, I was like, I want some of that.
So you haven't got a problem going to Bakes and Unders during pre-season or whenever you go back and just saying that I'm confident.
They know where I stand. I'll take another one. I'm not shy. I'm happy to do what I need to do.
And what about the reaction that Bakes and Unders got for letting you take it?
Shocking. Personally, I'm not going to beat around the bush. The stick they got, what they've done for the club, even some of the decisions they've done, hard decisions, good decisions, bad. I don't think they deserve that stick at all. I think it was not justified at all. I thought it was barbaric. To be fair, it's a game of football. People make. Well, I've never known some of our fans to turn and be that opinionated about something before, or I haven't heard it before like that.
And what did you think? Because obviously, I guess you're quite tough as a goalkeeper. You're used to the banter and you're used to, kind of seeing it. But your family see it and hear it as well. Like you say, we cover it live. How did they feel about it? Because they must have heard or seen the comments. It can't be nice for them.
Yeah, my wife is doesn't like it at all. She constantly gets wound up by comments. I'm the one telling her not to reply because I tend not to unless they're an idiot from Woking. That one idiot from Woking. So yeah, I like winding people up. It's not nice for my family to see, but sadly it's part and parcel of being a goalkeeper, I'd say.
And I guess now you've got the luxury of social media being able to turn around and give your view. I guess before that, if you'd have missed a penalty, the abuse you wouldn't have a way to answer it back, would you?
No, and I wouldn't have got a stick off my friends either.
So in the National League, is it a lot harder for you with penalties now? Because you'll obviously look at a goal scorer and see where they like to put penalties. You'll see the videos. Do they look at you? Guess that they must be looking at you where you dive and stuff like that. Is it tougher in the National League than it is maybe in the Ryman Premier?
No, I'd just say the quality of the person taking it is a bit better. Like the standard is better. I do study them. Sometimes I go on body position, even though I've studied them. I think there was one against St Albans last year. He normally goes that way, and I guessed his body position and went against my judgment of the video I've watched and went to my other side. So it's just sometimes going with your gut instinct in that split second as well.
And so you and Trent mostly have a look at penalties for most teams, or just?
Every now and then, if I on a Friday or at night, I just think, oh, who we got tomorrow? How many penalties have they actually had? And I look, because when we played Weymouth, they've had a lot of penalties this year, and they've had a lot missed, and they've had a lot of takers. And I gave up after the first three. I was just like, there's so many. I'll just go on the day. It's too much hassle.
And how are you enjoying life at Slough at the moment?
I've never enjoyed football as much. I'm enjoying it. It is a good club, good place, good fans, great ground, good atmosphere, good managers. I haven't got a bad word to say about it, to be fair.
And you enjoy the fans singing your name?
Yeah, that's always a nice thing. My daughter likes that as well, so it's always good. You're doing something right.
Are they suitably impressed then when they come to a Slough game and Super Jack Turner starts ringing out from behind the goal?
Yeah, she likes it. Mrs. likes it. She's proud. She's a proud wife. She likes knowing I'm doing well.
Right, so you've mentioned the banter. I've got to say, if people who know me before I got involved behind the scenes for the football club would know that I mostly gave out behind the goal to a lot of goalkeepers quite badly. What do? Do you just laugh it off? Does it not bother you, or do you try and just have a bit of a laugh with them?
I have a laugh with them. If they can't take it, it's their fault. You can't give it and not take it.
Even jokes about your hair and stuff, you'll just...
Yeah, they can go personal. Do you know? That's the first thing they go for. I can't really give too much back about that. It's most of it's true, isn't it, with my airline? So I'm sort of lost that one already, fighting a losing battle. But the band there have been some great fans. There's been some idiots, Woking, but I didn't help the situation either. But it's their own. You give it, you got to take it. Like Wildstone this year. Wildstone's got to be one of the worst. Just idiots. I don't mind banter. And I'd give it, take it, laugh, joke. Not just overboard. So once they keep pushing, I'm not going to keep winding them up. It doesn't affect me. But when I can see it affecting them, that's made my day, because they've come to football watching their team, but they're concentrated on me. Just doesn't take me out of my game.
And what about, so you said the worst fans, what about best fans? Because there are, there are
Dulwich.
clubs that have good
Dulwich.
fans behind the goal, don't they?
Dulwich. I've had a bit of history with Dulwich while I've been at Staines, having some good games and good saves with them and real battles with them. And they obviously come up and they remember me from Staines. Dulwich are up there with the best. Some of the Chippenham are good. They like a few of the Chippenham. I'd say Dulwich are up there. To be fair, they've got a good bit of banter about them. Nice.
And do some goalkeepers take it the wrong way?
Yeah, they get affected by it. Yeah, if you get on the keeper's back and they're having a bad day, once they bite back, you sort of know that's it. They're ready to sort of focused on you as well. So I tend not to bite.
Is it affected by your personal life? So if you have something, say on a Friday, you have a bad day at work, do you instantly forget it and you're ready Saturday, your game face is on?
As soon as I get out of the car and walk to the ground where you normally see me at the same time, that's it. Don't care what's on the outside world. I could be having a bad private life. As soon as I go to football, that's sort of a getaway.
And you get to games quite early, home games especially, you get there quite early, don't you?
Yeah, superstitious. Oh, bit weird.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I like my time. Love the kids, like I said, I'm enjoying being with the kids. But on a Saturday, I'm out of that house as quick as possible. Get to football, peace and quiet.
And have you got some more superstitions as a goalkeeper?
I used to have a fair few, especially at Staines, and then realised they weren't working because we got relegated. And then they're slowly creeping out. Still got a few. Like I like going out at the same time to warm up. Like coming in at the same time to warm up. Like to get there early, put my kit out a certain way, put my gloves on a peg, flip flops, towel out, folded night, just things like that. Really.
And what about last out or second out? Does that not matter to you?
Last out always. So it doesn't matter who they sign next year. They've got the same one. Not happening.
I had noticed that all the time. It was like, especially waiting for the second half to start, there's always one person missing, and I know exactly who it's going to be.
Yeah, it's time to me. I can't stop weeing at half time.
I guess being a goalkeeper is quite lonely because it's very rare for clubs to have two goalkeepers on their books because one's not really going to play. So how do you motivate yourself? Because you haven't got someone coming up behind you like Ben's got people like Manny, Birdie, and Dan against him. They've all got competition, but you don't have that. So how hard is it for you to get to the top of your game all the time?
Easy. I've got high standards for myself. There is no need for a competition for me. Even if there was a keeper there, I've got a mindset there is no competition. I've got number one. That's my shirt. I've got my high standards of how I play and how I like. I try and get perfect. I know you never can get perfect, but that's what drives me to be, or try to be the best I can be. I don't need someone pushing me. I train hard. I love training. I love being at football and losing it or having a bad game and the manager's pulling me and saying, look, we're going to think about getting someone in. That is what drives me. That will never have pride. So at the end of my career, I can look and say, no one's ever pulled me to the side and gone, we're going to get someone else in because you're not doing the business.
Is there a goalkeeper in the National League South that you've seen who you rate? They're obviously below you, obviously.
There's Michael Johnson from Braintree, who's at what was it, Hitchin?
Hitchin.
And now he's at Dagenham. Went to Dagenham, I think. It's under non-contract. I like him. He's good. Alan Julian from Billericay, old professional, old pro. He's good. I like him. Who's top Woodstone? That's it, really. I like them. I don't really fuss about other keepers, to be fair. I'm not.
You don't watch them while you're playing, and
if they make a good save, you're not. To be fair, if a keeper does make a good save, I will tend to clap them. But I don't really concentrate on other keepers, to be fair.
Okay, so you mentioned Trent. Big part of your time at Slough. How much is it good having someone like Trent just to bounce ideas off?
It's the best. It's the best. He doesn't take no credit for it, does he? He says he's not a trainer or not. But I think it helps. We drive in together sometimes, especially on away trips. Me, him, and Wazza. We go for beers together as well to talk about goalkeeping sessions, but that tends to get missed every time. It's great to have someone like that. It's a breath of fresh air. The way I've got high standards for myself, and he doesn't let them slip of my standards. So he sort of knows without telling me. And I say if I have a bad game, we sort of I messed up there. Yeah. Just like a little nod of it. We know that. Because I don't tend to, or touch wood, I don't tend to make that many mistakes. So when I do, it's not back to the drawing board. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? It's all right. Forget about that. It's not. It happens. Do you know what I mean? If it keeps happening, then you've got to go right. Let's actually go for that beer and study what we've gone wrong. But there's no need for that. And he helps me a lot. We look after each other as well, so it's always good to have him about.
It's good. Do you two kind of like share how it goes? It's not just him just saying, look, you've done this. You go to him and say, oh yeah, look, during the game this happened, and you talk about what you can do.
I normally go if I feel like I could do better there, and he'll go, from my view, yeah, you could have, or actually no, you didn't actually look. It doesn't actually look that bad from my point of view. So yeah, we bounce ideas off each other. We don't disagree. Sort of, I'm 28, I'm 27, so he knows I don't need to be told if I've made a mistake. Oh no, because of it's as simple as that. If I know if I made a mistake, I'm going to be hiding it. So yeah, we work very well together. Very well together.
Yeah, Trenty did ask when your next training regime meeting will be. I guess it's quite tough at the moment, isn't it, with what's going on?
We'll start a pub up in the garden centre, that'll do.
I can't even read my own writing today. This is how bad it is. It's so dark in here. Is Trenty the best coach that you've had?
So, since I left Wimbledon, I've had one coach, and I think that was for like 6 months. So yeah, but even if I had others, I don't think I don't think people beat him. The bond and how we get on and how we work together, I think he's the best. He is the best.
And was he key for you coming signing because you knew that he was here? You knew you had someone.
I knew he was here. I knew he was from Staines. Knew he's obviously his background, but I'd obviously never worked with him. Some goalkeepers and goalkeeping coaches have completely different philosophies. I remember being at Wimbledon, and me and the goalkeeping coach just did not see eye to eye of how a goalkeeper should be portrayed or seen. So sometimes you can go to a club and think, oh, he's great, I've heard good things, and then your style of being a goalkeeper to the way they want you to be or the way they train can not go well, and it could cause a bit unrest, to be fair. But me and him get on quite well. We've got the same ideas.
All right, let's go on to some more of the fun stuff, or the stuff that people really want to know. Your best or worst ground that you've played at?
Oh. Worst? No, I can't say worst because that'd be belittling someone else.
Best ground?
I don't really remember grounds. I sat on the bench at the Etihad. That's probably the nicest ground I've been to. But
nice changing room there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. We had the home dressing room there as well. But yeah, no, I'm not really one to pay attention to grounds.
Okay. What about the best player you played with and the best player you played against?
So you asked me this. The best player I've played against, striker-wise, is who's kept me on my toes the most is Jake Robinson from Billericay. He's not scored too many past me over the years, but I've played against him against Billericay and Whitehawk. And he definitely keeps me. He definitely keeps me thinking the most. Best player I've played with. I've played with some good players. There was one for AFC Wimbledon. His name was called Rashid Youssef. He was. I don't know. I think he ended up back in playing in Poland, but he was unbelievable. The way he glided, the way he trained, it was just majestic.
What about most memorable save? I won't say most memorable mistake as well, but is there a mistake that you've made that you look back on?
I look back on mistakes. I laugh about them. Hungerford definitely wins. That wins hands down.
And best save?
Best save I've made is got to be throw him away. Not many people. Shame. And where Wazza scored a worldie and I made that save. No one saw it on camera. It's when Niz played up front.
That's the game. Yep.
Yeah,
Top corner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best save I think I've ever made. But people will say Chelmsford away, but I'd say from and the worst mistake's Hungerford ever.
And what was the game? I can't remember. I think it was last season where the ball was almost behind you and you dug it out off the line. Was that last season? I think it was, wasn't it?
Was it Smarties with his chest, wasn't it? Or
I think it was.
that's the year before that. Yeah, that was I remember that. I remember that because I remember laughing at Smarty. I mean, what are you doing with his big chest?
Max wants to know, you know who little Max is with his videos. Max wants to know your best and worst moment in a Slough shirt. I want to kind of extend on that a little bit. How did you feel at Merthyr at half time when you were 4-0 down?
Sort of wanted I was embarrassed, but you just sort of laugh and go, what the hell? Like the standards we've set during the season, and then it looked like none of us could play football. Literally, it was like as soon as the ball went in the air, everyone was just running around like headless chickens. It was like it wasn't a nice place to be, but in them moments, you either get down or you just go out and go right, concentrate the next 10 minutes, and then do it in that stages. No one ever believed that we'd do that.
And Kingsley away's obviously got a big one for you as well. It wasn't a great game though, really, was it? Kingsley away.
What, the final?
Yeah, it wasn't like an action-packed game.
I didn't make a save. It was the easiest game of the season. I literally didn't make a save. I loved it. I'll have that all season. I'd love a final like that again. If I ever get into a final, I want that.
Is that what you'd prefer? You prefer an easy game with no saves rather than
sit and get sunburnt like that and then not do a thing all day.
I was going to ask, and you've come on with a cap, and I was going to say about goalkeepers. Goalkeepers don't tend to wear caps anymore, do they?
No, I don't see the point. Because if the sun's in the air, where it should be anyway, you look up, your hat you're going to see it anyway. So I don't understand what I think it's a myth, because as soon as you look up, the sun's in your eyes anyway. So when the ball's in the air and you go for a cross, you're looking in the air and into the sky. So you're looking directly at the sun. Anyway, so it makes no difference.
So goalkeepers in the old 70s that used to come out with the caps and stuff, it was
bonkers. Yep, they're all wrong.
What if it gets sponsored by your favourite clothing company or something like that?
No, not enough money in the world. Not enough money in the world for me.
We want to try and get some dirt dished on the players. Who's the last one out on a team night out?
Last one out. Bakes and Unders and Trent, they love going for a little meal, didn't they? Like a little get together meal, like all posh and steak and wine and all this crap. It's pointless. Eating's cheating.
Right, some quick fire questions for you. Only Fools and Horses or Afterlife?
Only Fools and Horses.
Okay. If you could be in any TV program, what would it be?
Prison Break.
Oh, love Prison Break. Brilliant program. If they made a film of Jack Turner's life, who would you like to play you?
Ooh. Jason Statham. That one. Yeah. The one
Really?
who played the monk.
In Mean Machine.
Yeah, that one. For me. Same hair.
That very good film. Is that what you base your goalkeeping on?
Yeah, I fell in love with goalkeeping from when I watched that.
So we'll expect like an Eric Cantona move off you from sometime next season. Is that what it is?
Yeah, hopefully away to Wildstone.
Just on the situation as it is, do you think that the team should get promoted? Wildstone should get promoted, or Kings Lynn, or York City, or Barrow?
Yes, I think so. I think the league, at this point, the league doesn't sort of lie. I think Wildstone deserves to go up, in my opinion.
Were they the best team that you thought you faced this season?
No.
Who was the best?
I liked Haven. I did like that game against them at our place, where it was a game of 2 halves with a win. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. I even enjoyed playing at their place as well. It's a good. That game at Arzo was really, that was the best game I've been involved in. Felt good, felt tense, felt pressure. It was good. I like that.
And talking about the Havant game, the first game that got abandoned, I remember seeing you get the ball on around about 2 or 3 minutes, and your foot sunk in the ground to cover. It went over your ankle. What was it like on that night to play on that pitch?
It should never have been played in the first place. So I don't think the referee helped himself in that night. So it's him to blame. You know what I mean? He should never have played. It was horrendous. It could cause some serious injury. It wasn't fair for either team, even though they came on top with and got a bit of luck with the pitch, but it should never have been played in the first place.
And what's your achievements? Are you planning on staying at Slough if they go up and move up? You're going to go travel to around the National League North and all the way, whatever it is, where we go if we get promoted?
If Bakes and Unders, yeah. If Bakes and Unders want me, yeah. I like travelling anyway. It's weird. I like coaches. I like going up and I love travelling. So it really does not bother me.
And what about the FA Cup games? Do you prefer an FA Cup game, or do you prefer the day-to-day grind of a league game?
There's something about the FA Cup, isn't there? There's a bit of special, like, what if keep winning? What if, like, we've had obviously 2 great years out of 3. So yeah, they are special. This year felt a bit weird because even with the FA Trophy, rubbish draws. Do you know what I mean? Instantly, rubbish. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the other years. You've had a bit of luck. And all of a sudden you get, it's not the greatest tie, was it? So hopefully a bit nicer next year or whenever that may be.
Last question of the night, and it's the one that people like. Would you rather fight 10 Kings Lynn-sized ducks or 1 duck-sized Kings Lynn player?
10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think you can handle the 10 running around you?
Yeah, I'll just smash them.
You don't want to fight a like man-sized duck?
Nah. If I make one mistake, it's sort of like game over with 10. Little nip. It won't be too much. I can just dive on them or kick them off or bite them. Can't bite a big one.
Brilliant, Jack. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's great to have you. Stay safe, stay well, and thanks for coming on.
And you, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.